Welcome to Jackie's Craft Table. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm finally publishing my Mother's Day video. It's a bit late, but I did get the card to my mom in time. However, this is a card that you could send to your mom anytime. I'm going to be using some Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I'm cutting that down to a standard A2 size card and scoring that in the middle. And I'm going to be coloring in my image with some Prismacolor pencils. I usually use the Nina Solar White cardstock with my colored pencils, but I wanted to try out how they work on this Bristol Smooth cardstock. This is a penny black cling rubber stamp. I found this on Amazon, and when I came across it, I knew it just had to go in my collection. It's just so darling with the little girl and all of the flowers. And it kind of reminded me of my mom because she's always taking scissors outside and cutting fresh flowers to bring into the house. I'm inking it up with my favorite Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. And I'm using my Mini Misty because I do have to stamp it several times. It's a very detailed stamp. The Bristol Smooth cardstock has kind of a coating on it, so I had to let my image dry a little bit before I started coloring on it. Also, because I stamped it more than once, I had to let the ink dry a little bit longer. I have to tell you about this fabulous new stencil that I got from My Favorite Things. It's from their May 2017 release. I know I'm going to be using this one a lot. It's just effortless to make all of these pretty clouds. I had to try this out on my new card. I thought it would be perfect for the background for this little girl. I'm using some distress ink, and you gently pull it up from the stencil, making sure to leave some white spaces. But then you can just move your stencil around and make lots of little clouds. I applied the ink with a very light touch here, and I do end up going back and adding more ink to it. I was surprised at how easy it was to line up the stencils again and go over it to make it darker. And I understand you can use this stencil to make ocean waves as well. I'm going to have to try that soon. I really think these clouds add a lot of cute interest to the card. And again, it was super easy to do. Now I'm going to leave you with the coloring. I pulled out my big box of Prismacolored pencils and had a lot of fun coloring in this little image. I didn't use any Gamsol to blend it, but at the end I did go in with a colorless blender pencil and kind of smoothened out the colors. I've super sped up the video because it did take me quite a while to color in this little image. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch up with you at the end of the coloring. And that's my coloring completed. Now I'm going to cut out some word dies. They say, "Love you, Mom," and I'm just using some Nina Solar White cardstock for this. I want to keep the dies in their negative space here so that I can do a little Copic coloring over them. This just keeps them from shifting around while I'm coloring. I want to get an ombre effect with these words, so I pulled out a yellow Copic marker and a pale orange one. I'm going to stamp my logo on the back. That takes a little bit to dry as well on this paper. Now I can fold my card in half and have it ready to glue on my sentiment. I'm using some Ranger Multimedia Matte Glue to adhere the sentiment onto my card front. And I'm just using my fingers and the tweezers just to apply the glue onto the back and then to stick it to the front of my card. I just have no luck with those fine tip nozzles that you can screw onto the top of your bottles. I can never seem to get the glue to flow through those. I saved one of the little scrap pieces out of the O so I could use that as a comma for after "love you." I pulled out my corner chompers and I'm using the 1/4 inch to kind of soften the edges of the bottom of this card. I really liked how that turned out. As a little last touch, I pulled out my Spectrum Noir clear glitter pen and I'm just adding a little bit of glitter to the tulips. Please like, subscribe, and share this video on your favorite social media. I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day and your week to come is just as lovely. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!